When the sun sets in my small village in Okinawa, my evening begins in the softest way. I warm a bowl of miso soup, slice a bit of grilled mackerel, and set the table low to the tatami floor. At 82, my legs still bend with ease. After dinner, I sweep the floor, stretch gently, and prepare for bed. I sleep well, and I wake up strong. People often ask me, "What supplements do you take?" I smile. "None," I say. "Just the right food at the right time." You see, in Japan, especially in the countryside, we don't rely much on pills. We believe in shokuiku, the wisdom of nourishing our bodies with intention. And what I've learned over the years is this. If you want to rebuild your muscles, especially at night, it's not magnesium you need most. It's two quiet, powerful vitamins, vitamin D and vitamin B6. One study from Nutrition Japan in 2022 showed that elderly people who consumed these vitamins through food at dinner had better muscle retention and deeper sleep than those who didn't. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from? And what time is it for you right now? Please let me know in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Why older Americans lose muscle. While Japanese elders still ride bicycles at 80 in America, more than 50% of adults over 65 experience significant muscle loss. It's a quiet decline, one that begins with small things, struggling to carry groceries, needing help to stand from a chair, or losing balance while walking. Over time, it becomes harder to do even the simplest daily activities. Now picture this. In a quiet corner of Kyoto, a woman in her late 80s rides her bicycle to the market every morning. Her back is straight, her legs steady. She smiles as she passes younger people walking slowly with canes. What's her secret? The answer is not just genetics. It's not expensive gyms or supplements either. It's lifestyle, deeply rooted in daily choices and timing. Many older Americans unknowingly fall into patterns that accelerate muscle loss, skipping meals, relying on processed food, avoiding the sun, or taking supplements at the wrong time of day. Even the most well-intentioned routines, like taking magnesium pills at night, can miss the mark if the body lacks the nutrients to process them correctly. In Japan, especially among the elderly, there's a gentler rhythm to life. Dinner is light but nourishing. There's often grilled fish, miso soup, fermented beans like natto, and seasonal vegetables. These meals, eaten on a low table while sitting on the floor, naturally involve bending and stretching, tiny moments of movement that keep the body engaged. What's more, the Japanese approach focuses on food as medicine. Instead of reaching for synthetic supplements, they choose ingredients rich in natural nutrients. Vitamin D comes from fish and sun exposure during morning walks. Vitamin B6 comes from foods like tuna, bananas, garlic, and sweet potatoes, all commonly found in their kitchens. A 2021 study from Kyoto University followed 1,200 seniors for 2 years. Those who consumed at least 10 micrograms of vitamin D and 1.3 milligrams of B6 through food at dinner had 32% better muscle retention and slept more soundly than those who didn't. Their secret? Consistency, not intensity. No heavy workouts, just a steady pattern of nourishment and movement. I remember my neighbor, Mrs. Nakamura, who turned 90 last year. She told me, "I never thought about vitamins, I just thought about feeding my body with care." Every night, she makes a simple dinner. Grilled sardines, warm rice, and a few pickled vegetables. Her routine never changes, and neither does her strength. The contrast is striking, isn't it? In many Western households, dinner might be heavy, rushed, or skipped altogether. Then comes a magnesium pill taken on an empty stomach in hopes of better sleep or muscle support. But the body doesn't work on hope alone. It needs real fuel. So before we even talk about what vitamins to take, we must first ask, when are we nourishing our bodies? Are we eating in a way that supports healing overnight? Are we giving our muscles what they need, not just during the day, but especially while we sleep? In Japan, aging doesn't mean becoming weak. It means becoming wiser about how to live. The two secret vitamins the Japanese use at night. In the West, magnesium often takes center stage in bedtime supplement routines. But in many Japanese homes, especially among the elderly, two other vitamins quietly play the starring role: vitamin D and vitamin B6. Let's start with vitamin D. Most people know it helps with bone strength, but few realize how essential it is for muscle repair during sleep. Vitamin D supports protein synthesis, calcium absorption, and hormone regulation, all crucial for rebuilding muscle fibers while the body is at rest. Without enough of it, even a good night's sleep can't undo the day's wear and tear. Now consider vitamin B6. This vitamin has a beautiful relationship with the nervous system. It helps the body create serotonin, the feel-good chemical, which later converts into melatonin, the hormone that guides us into deep, restorative sleep. But that's not all. B6 also plays a key role in protein metabolism, meaning it helps muscles rebuild after physical effort. So, why take these vitamins at night? Because muscle recovery peaks while we sleep. And when these nutrients are present in the bloodstream during that window, they fuel the body's natural repair processes. What's fascinating is that Japanese elders don't usually take these vitamins as pills. They eat them through carefully chosen ingredients at dinner time. Let me paint a picture. Imagine a quiet home in Hokkaido. It's 6:30 p.m. and the smell of miso fills the air. A warm bowl of miso soup sits beside a small grilled fillet of mackerel, a side of sautéed spinach, and a scoop of brown rice. This meal is not just comforting, it's a powerful nutritional cocktail. Mackerel is rich in both vitamin D and B6. Spinach contains a good amount of B6. Miso, fermented soybean paste, aids digestion and provides trace minerals that enhance vitamin absorption. Instead of isolating nutrients in capsules, the Japanese integrate them into meals that are familiar, seasonal, and emotionally satisfying. It's food that heals and brings joy. A 2022 review in Nutrition Japan followed seniors who consumed dinner meals high in vitamin D and B6 for 90 days. They showed not only improved sleep patterns, but also an increase in lean muscle mass and better mood stability. Their strength tests, including grip strength and standing balance, improved significantly without exercise changes. One key element: timing. These nutrients worked best when consumed in the evening, between 6 and 8 p.m., alongside a light, balanced meal. This explains why many Japanese elders are still active, flexible, and independent. Their approach isn't flashy. It doesn't involve expensive supplements or trendy diets. It's rooted in harmony between food and body, between day and night. Contrast this with typical routines in the US, where supplements are often taken randomly without considering timing, absorption, or food pairing. A vitamin swallowed alone may pass through the body with little effect, but a vitamin eaten with intention as part of a thoughtful meal becomes part of your healing. The real story of a 77-year-old grandmother who rebuilt her strength without pills. I still remember the first time I met Mrs. Aiko after she moved from Tokyo back to her family home in Okinawa. She was 77 then, and she walked with a cane. Slow, unsure, her steps barely lifting from the ground. Her face looked tired, and there was a quiet sadness in her voice. "I used to be so active," she told me, "but these days, I feel like my body is slowly slipping away." Back in Tokyo, she had been living alone in a small apartment, relying on pre-packaged meals and taking a variety of supplements, calcium, magnesium, vitamin C. But despite all that, her strength continued to decline. She had trouble climbing stairs. Even standing up from the floor was a struggle. Her granddaughter Hannah, who had been studying nutrition at a local college, gently suggested a new approach. "Let's stop chasing pills," she said. "Let's try something simple, something Grandma would have eaten when she was my age." So they began. Every evening, Hannah would prepare a humble dinner with traditional Okinawan ingredients: grilled sardines or mackerel, a small bowl of brown rice, natto, fermented soybeans, rich in B vitamins, a few steamed vegetables with sesame oil, and always a warm bowl of miso soup. Mrs. Aiko also started going outside in the early morning sun, just for 10 minutes a day, to let her skin absorb natural vitamin D. No pills, just food, light, and gentle movement. At first, the changes were small. She started sleeping more deeply. Her legs didn't cramp as much at night. Then, within a few weeks, she began walking without the cane. One day, I saw her outside, pulling weeds in the garden, humming to herself. It was as if the stiffness had melted away. After 3 months, her transformation was hard to believe. "I feel alive again," she said, smiling with tears in her eyes. "I thought my body had given up, but maybe I just stopped feeding it the way it needed." What made the biggest difference? She swore by 2 things: a warm dinner full of real food, not supplements, and restorative sleep fueled by her new rhythm of living. Later, her granddaughter told me something I'll never forget. Grandma didn't need more medicine. She needed a reminder of what real nourishment looked like. There's something powerful in that, something so simple we often overlook it. It's not about magic cures. It's about remembering what our bodies were designed to receive, and when. For Mrs. Aiko, her evening meal became her quiet ritual of healing. The vitamin D from fish, the vitamin B6 from fermented soy and vegetables, the gentle stretching before bed all worked together to give her back what she thought was lost. She didn't chase recovery through harsh routines or expensive supplements. She healed by returning to the basics: deep sleep, intentional food, and the love of her family gathered around the dinner table. This isn't just her story. I've seen it again and again in my village. Elders who seemed frail and resigned, finding new life simply by reconnecting with the wisdom of food and timing. So if you're watching this and wondering if it's too late to feel strong again, remember Mrs. Aiko. She didn't fight aging with pills. She embraced it with care. And now, at 81, she still tends her garden every morning. No cane, no rush, just grace. Evening meals that naturally provide vitamin D and B6, Japanese style. In Japan, dinner is not just a meal, it's a ritual, one that calms the body, honors the day, and prepares for rest. And in that peaceful routine lies the secret to staying strong in old age. If you step into a Japanese home around 6 p.m., you won't find heavy steaks or creamy casseroles. Instead, you'll see smaller dishes, thoughtfully arranged. Each one offers more than flavor. It offers purpose. Let me walk you through a typical dinner I often share with my grandchildren. It's simple, but rich in exactly the nutrients aging muscles need: vitamin D and vitamin B6. Start with grilled salmon, brushed with a light miso glaze. Salmon is one of the richest natural sources of vitamin D, and the miso, fermented soybean paste, supports gut health, which helps the body absorb nutrients better. Beside it, we place a scoop of brown rice. It's gentle on digestion, keeps blood sugar stable overnight, and pairs beautifully with natto, the sticky, strong-smelling fermented soybeans. Natto is packed with vitamin B6, protein, and beneficial bacteria. It may be unfamiliar to Western palates, but in Japan, it's considered a healing food. Then we add a small side of boiled spinach dressed with sesame oil. Spinach brings more B6, while sesame oil helps absorb the fat-soluble vitamin D from the fish. Sometimes we switch it with sautéed bell peppers or sweet potatoes, both high in B6. Finally, no Japanese evening meal feels complete without a bowl of warm miso soup. It soothes the stomach, relaxes the nervous system, and keeps the body hydrated overnight. This meal isn't large or heavy, but it's powerful. You see, vitamin D is fat-soluble, meaning it needs to be paired with healthy fats, like those in fish or sesame oil, for proper absorption. This is why timing and food combination matter. Taking a vitamin D pill on an empty stomach at bedtime doesn't compare to eating a piece of grilled salmon with a nourishing, warm meal. And vitamin B6 works best when it's part of a complex meal, not isolated in a capsule. In food, it arrives with enzymes and fibers that enhance digestion and make the body more receptive. There's also something about the act of eating this way that promotes healing. Sitting on the floor to eat, as many older Japanese do, naturally stretches the hips and knees. Using chopsticks keeps the hands and fingers flexible. Eating slowly, without screens or distractions, allows the body to shift into its rest and repair mode. I often recall the Japanese saying, "Yoru wa karuku, kokoro wa akarui." A light stomach at night brings a lightness to the heart. And it's true. When we eat lightly and intentionally in the evening, we not only sleep better, we recover better. These meals are not difficult to prepare. You don't need to be a chef. You just need to think in colors and textures. A piece of fish, a grain, a fermented side, a cooked green, a warm broth. Each part plays a role. Each bite says, "I'm still taking care of myself." In the West, we often chase the perfect supplement. But in Japan, we trust the perfect plate. Evening habits that boost muscle recovery in older adults. In Japan, healing doesn't only happen through food. It's a rhythm of small, consistent habits woven into daily life. And when the sun begins to set, those habits become even more powerful. For older adults, the hours before bed are a golden window. It's during sleep that the body repairs muscle tissue, balances hormones, and resets the nervous system. But sleep alone isn't enough. What we do in the hour or two before bed can either support that recovery or quietly sabotage it. Let me share with you some gentle, time-tested evening habits I've practiced and witnessed in elders all across Japan. They require no gym, no pills, just intention. First, we reduce light, especially blue light. As the sky dims, so do our homes. Lamps are turned low, TV screens are avoided or set to a warm filter. This is because bright, cool-toned light suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals the body to prepare for rest. Melatonin is not only crucial for deep sleep, but also helps regulate the growth hormone cycle, which supports muscle repair. Next comes a deeply rooted tradition, soaking or warming the body. While not everyone has a bathtub, a simple foot soak in warm water with a slice of ginger or a spoon of sea salt can do wonders. The warmth relaxes tight muscles, improves circulation, and calms the nervous system, especially important for elders who struggle with nighttime cramps or cold feet. Another favorite habit in my village is sipping a warm beverage before bed, but not tea or milk. Instead, we drink a light miso broth or roasted brown rice water. These are rich in trace minerals and amino acids that help the body rebuild overnight without burdening digestion. A small cup, taken slowly, signals to the body that it's time to rest and restore. After that, many of us spend a few minutes in gentle breathing or stretching. We call it ikigai breathing. Inhaling slowly for 4 counts, holding briefly, then exhaling for 6 or more. The long exhale activates the parasympathetic system, the body's rest and repair mode. This breathing not only helps us fall asleep faster, but also deepens the quality of sleep. I once knew an elderly farmer named Mr. Sato. He was 90 years old, and every night before bed, he would sit quietly on his tatami mat and breathe this way. He never missed a night. This is when I talk to my body, he once told me. I thank it for today, and I prepare it for tomorrow. These practices may seem small, but in the body of an aging adult, small becomes powerful. A few degrees of warmer feet, a few fewer distractions, a few deeper breaths. These shifts create the ideal conditions for the vitamins and nutrients from dinner to go where they're needed most, into your muscles, your bones, your strength. In contrast, many older adults in the West go to bed with the TV on, under bright lights, with a stomach either too full or completely empty. Even if they've taken a supplement, their body may be too tense, too overstimulated to use it well. So if you want to give your muscles the best chance to heal, don't just focus on what's in your dinner. Focus on how you end your day. Dim the lights, soak your feet, breathe deeply, sip something warm, and remind your body you are safe now. It's time to grow stronger. Why magnesium might not be the right answer at night, and how the Japanese use it differently. In the West, magnesium is often praised as the go-to supplement for better sleep, muscle relaxation, and cramp relief. It's found in capsules, gummies, powders, even in nighttime teas. And while magnesium is essential, many older adults are taking it in ways that don't serve them well. Let's look at why. First, magnesium is a mineral with a delicate balance. It works in harmony with other nutrients like calcium, potassium, vitamin D, and vitamin B6. When taken in isolation, especially in high doses, it can upset that balance. For some people, taking magnesium at night causes digestive issues, bloating, diarrhea, or an uneasy stomach. For others, it simply passes through the body without being absorbed. Many elders in the US take magnesium on an empty stomach before bed, hoping it will help with sleep. But without proper food pairing or the right co-nutrients, it may not be effective. The result? Poor sleep, continued muscle weakness, and the false belief that aging just hurts. Now let's travel back to Japan, where the approach is very different. Here, magnesium is rarely taken as a pill. Instead, it's consumed through whole foods, gently and consistently. The Japanese diet includes magnesium-rich ingredients like seaweed, tofu, brown rice, sesame seeds, and beans, often eaten at dinner or throughout the day. One favorite of mine is gomai, a dish of steamed spinach tossed in ground sesame paste. It's rich in magnesium and B6, or wakame miso soup, where seaweed brings a dose of magnesium in a form the body loves. Because these foods are eaten alongside other nutrients, like vitamin D from fish or B6 from fermented soy, the body can absorb and use magnesium as part of a healing system, not in isolation. The Japanese also support their magnesium intake through body practices. For example, soaking in a hot mineral bath, onsen, is common among elders. These natural springs are high in magnesium and other minerals, which can be absorbed through the skin. Even at home, a simple foot soak with Epsom salt, magnesium sulfate, mimics this effect. So what can we learn? Magnesium isn't harmful. It's not a bad supplement. But it's not a magic pill either, and it certainly shouldn't be used as a band-aid without addressing the bigger picture. For elders who truly need extra magnesium due to medication, poor diet, or specific health concerns, the best way to take it is with food that contains healthy fats and proteins earlier in the evening, ideally with dinner, not right before bed, in smaller doses to avoid digestive upset, in forms the body recognizes, like magnesium glycinate or from real food. I knew a man in his late 70s who struggled with leg cramps at night. He was taking high-dose magnesium every evening, but it never seemed to help. After talking with his daughter, they changed his routine. He added miso soup with wakame to dinner, tossed spinach with sesame oil, and started soaking his feet before bed. 2 weeks later, the cramps stopped. He slept through the night. No pills, just rhythm and nourishment. This is the heart of the Japanese way. Instead of treating the symptom, we restore the whole system. So before reaching for that magnesium bottle again, pause. Ask yourself, am I giving my body the context it needs to use this well? Or am I throwing ingredients into a recipe I've never learned to cook? Because healing isn't about adding more, it's about adding what's right, in the right way, at the right time. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You simply need to listen to your body, to your hunger, to your evenings. The Japanese way has taught me this. Healing happens in small, consistent choices. A quiet dinner filled with warm, nourishing foods, a deep breath before sleep, a body that is no longer rushed, but respected. You don't need more magnesium if your body isn't absorbing it. You don't need to chase pills if your meals already carry the wisdom your muscles are craving. You need rest, you need rhythm, and you need the kind of nourishment that feels like kindness, not punishment. Remember this, your body is not broken. It's just waiting for the right kind of care. And you can begin tonight. Thank you for spending this time with me. Please share this video with someone you love, someone who might need this gentle reminder. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. We'll be exploring more Japanese-inspired ways to sleep better, eat smarter, and grow stronger in the next video. Until then, sleep well, and may your muscles rebuild beautifully.